us at a higher vibration.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
awesome.
Sherry.
Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime you're ready, Sherry. And you girls look beautiful. I have to tell you that first of all.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're not too shabby yourself, Brian.
I don't know about
Thanks,
that.
Brian.
My hair's getting gray and everything.
Oh, where you know, your hair is growing since the last time I saw you.
That's cool. I had to get a haircut. That did. Okay, Sherry, anytime you're ready.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Brian Sebastian's Movie Reviews and More. We have one of your most favorite guests that we've had on the show, Tharifa Wenrich. She's back to visit with us. Tharifa, as many of you know, she is our fitness icon. She is our beauty that resonates emotionally, mentally, and physically. She's accomplished so much since our last visit. She was in the top ranking of the Miss Health and Fitness CoverGirl contest. And after that, so many more people just can't get enough of her for their magazines and photo shoots. But Tharifa, she's very brave enough today on today's show to tell us that, you know, like many of us, we've had trials and tribulations in our lives, whether it's the loss of a loved one very dear to us or coming out of a toxic relationship. Tharifa has been there, but she's going to tell us what the best and most easy way it is to come out of that and be a stronger, more vivacious, more beautiful you. Everyone, welcome again to the show, our friend, the beautiful Tharifa.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Hey.
I'm lifted way up high. I don't know where to start now. Thank you so much, guys. And again, I appreciate that you guys telling me you got to come back. I'm like, whoa. So first of all, for those who don't know me, I'm Tharifa Wenrich, and I live here in Hawaii, but I used to live in Canada, and I was born in Singapore. Now, just a little bit story, just to have an understanding where I was and where I am today, is that as a child, I was pretty much a insecure. How many of you feel that way, right? Insecure, afraid, having that limiting beliefs in being called names, bullied, and literally that go on for so long that I had developed a very insecure feeling, lack of self-confidence. And of course, my dad taught me how to overcome that, fight that throughout my adolescence, and I guess through sports that he put me through. And I became very, very intense in looking at sports as the medicine to my fear, to my obstacle of getting through life and fighting the battles. So sports has been my favorite thing and has been my best friend. So fast forward, I was 23. I won the national champion of Singapore and represent my country to represent the first world women amateur IFBB bodybuilding, which is insane. 39 countries. And I couldn't believe it because as a child, I cannot imagine that I would be on stage, with all that limiting beliefs, having all that fear, and really, take my life to that platform and just like wow me. And from that on, I believe that you can achieve anything in life if you put your mind to it. You just need some tools in the toolbox. That's my introduction.
Yes, and well, the reason why I believe that Tharifa has resonated with so many of you, whether it's the ladies out there or the men out there, is, instead of, taking the route of sadness and victimization, she takes the often less traveled path of domination, leader, taking back her independence. And so it's within her strength, that we all start from the same place, and it's just wonderful to see Tharifa, how far you can go. And, she used as a tool fitness, or the side effect is just a slimmer physique, but it's the mental health that comes with that, the endorphins. So Tharifa, for any of us, this COVID has lasted much longer than we thought. We're going back into home distancing from everyone. What do you say to those out there for mental, particular books or shows or anything, just to kind of maybe help alleviate that bit of a funk?
That is a great question, Cherry, because I personally myself question myself, all right, I have to always stay grounded, stay present, because right now it is very unstable and it is fearful, right, for a lot of people, and it's that uncertainty. And of course, throughout life, we have that, but it's more challenging than ever before because, we've never been mandated to be quarantined. We never be walking around with a mask, right? This is totally out of the norm. So throughout my life, I've always feel that, what has helped me throughout my journey during any obstacles or challenges, that I always look at somebody else that's gone through those challenges. I look up to who has gone through certain challenges or difficulties in their life that they have rise above, that I could learn from, that I could see as a mentor or somebody that I could connect with. And before it's only like YouTube, and then of course books, but you could find a mentor, whether it's your family, friends, or now you can have so many on Facebook, on a lot of platform podcasts. So those are the things I would say. Number one is to look for those sort of mentor, right? Listen to their stories. How does it resonate with your stories? And that's what has been helping me throughout that journey. Of course, everything is always evolving and developing more. Number one thing is always your limiting beliefs. I find that people have always put themselves like, I'm not good enough, or, I'm afraid, that fear. Choose fear, you'll get fear. Choose faith, you'll get faith, right? With all the negative things that's happening in this world, you have a choice. Either you follow that, and if you're watching news, you listen to what other people's thinking. All that stuff is going to just drain you. Just to give you an analogy, I think I just did this live here. All right, you see this full glass of water? Now, if I tell myself I'm afraid, I don't want to go out, or I'm not good enough, or anything, that fear that develop in your brain, that's exactly what it's gonna look like, full of fear, full of negativity. So the first thing you got to do is dump it out, right? So when that's dumped, you got a fresh, new space that you can fill your brain, your subconscious, with greatness, with I'm great, I'm grateful for life, I'm grateful for my breath, I'm grateful for everything, right? So once you start to develop that muscles and feel that, and you start to see the difference, even in your breath, even in your posture, and you start to realize, it's not so bad, right? And you have that affirmation every day. You need to say to yourself, I can do this. I'm not afraid. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. I can be whoever I want to be. I just need to be present and focus in who I am. A lot of times we are so, focus on what's on the outside, we forget what's in the inside. And that's the problem I used to have. I'm fearful, I'm doubtful, I have so many limiting beliefs, and that doesn't give me any chance or any opportunity to expand my horizon, to grow. And it's like I might as well just like throw in the towel, just wait till the time comes. And yeah. So does that make sense? Because and I find the other thing too, Sherry, of course, books. I love books, and I love to, now Audible, or before it was Kindle. I never used Kindle. I always love books, but now Audible, because, I'm always on the go, and Audible is great. Pick up a book, pick up something that, resonate, or see, one of my favorite book that I want to say is one of my many is, let me give you guys because this is a book that anybody can relate to. It's called 52 Small Changes. You see that? For the mind. All right, this is by Brett Blumenthal. I think if I can pronounce his name right. It's just to have a happier, healthy mindset, because it gives you 52 weeks to work on. See, 2021 is coming whether we like it or not, right? It's how we're going to take the next step. How are we going to overcome this fear? How are we going to, tell ourselves it's going to be okay, because what's outside you can't control. Let's focus what's inside, what you can do for yourself. And here, there's 52 small changes for your mind. So every week you can start. This is a great book because it has, worksheets and provide all the tools that you need so you can stay motivated. So in the end of 52 weeks, you're going to have a quality of life, stress and coping skills, relationships, intellectual growth, productivity, outlook, young at mind, and self-esteem. Like, why not focus on something is going to make you grow? So those are the things that I love to do. And now I'm constantly like, I don't have enough bookshelves. So I do Audible because I'm always on the go. The other book that I love is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah.
I can always, have you seen this book, you guys?
Yes.
He's Canadian, by the way, not Canadian, he's in Canada. He's such a sweetheart. He's one of my mentor, like, in as far as truly working on the subconscious mind to be present. He's definitely, and this is his latest book. Isn't this funny? Before COVID, this is the book he came up with.
Wow.
A New Earth. And this is about letting yourself, being present, letting yourself, be in the present, and letting the ego differentiates between the ego and, the subconscious, which is fantastic book. Yeah.
Teresa, for many of the people out there, you don't need to have already, won something in order to feel like the champion. I remember Warren Buffett, he's famous for saying, you already won the lottery because you're here, because you think about, the competition for the sperm and the egg. Don't mean to get graphic,
yeah.
But given that you're here, that is a major lottery that you just won. So you're already out the gate a champion. So why not, spring up from that? So we're all winners because we're all here. So now, like you say, life is the gift. And as Tharifa said, you just be happy you woke up, and then the next day starts. And if that requires, you have your shopping list, maybe also create the you list, of things you want to do for you, whether it's your certain meals, your certain type of exercise. Just make a list for you, and make yourself the priority.
Absolutely. I think, that's why we so lack of is that we tend to live, want to please everybody, right? That's a nature, right? We all, especially us women, want to do this for them, and we neglect ourselves. And then, of course, that limiting beliefs, afraid, the fear. And I myself, like, you guys know my story. At 61, I'm 61 now. At the age of 40 something, I was beaten, broken jaw, broken neck, by a guy. I survived. How did I survive? How am I in this state? If I did not find all the tools that is going to take me to where I'm at today. And here's the important thing. You can have tools, but if you don't do anything about it, that's another story, because you got to want it bad enough. What do you want in your life? Do you want to live? Do you want to be, unstoppable? Do you want to have that dream? Whatever you want, whatever you desire, like you said, Sherry, start writing those lists. Start, be committed to it and take action. A lot of us procrastinate because we don't have enough the strength to know why we want it.
Yeah. Well, and I know sometimes, people, when they go on a diet, they think, oh, I'll never be able to have that piece of pie again. The pie will always be there. But the day you start a healthier you might not always be there. Some underlying ailment might happen. So, the pie will always be there. So just focus on you and things like that. But Tharifa, what's your first thing you do in the morning? If you were to get up, is it a glass of water? What's the first thing that your body would require just to, get happy, to get energized in the morning? For some of us, especially with the darker days now, that would energize you.
Good question. First of all, when you go to sleep, your body actually, because the water, you get so hydrated after overnight because your body contains 70% of water. So body has to do a lot of work. So the first thing you want to do is replenish that, and dehydrate. So by dehydrating, you will feel you'll do your body a favor, and you'll feel a lot better, because a lot of dehydration, people don't realize this, a lot of caused by fatigue and all other inflammation or issues in your body is from dehydration. Because people always think, oh, it's sugar, is this, yes, all those factors, but dehydration can cause a lot of chaos because your body is 70% water. Now, I do, first thing is my hot lemon water, which I love because lemon, has, it will alkalinize the water, because your body, the first thing you wake up from the food, from the stress, you name it. Yeah, there you go, lemon water right here. A glass of them, right? And just that's my first habit, right? First routine when I wake up, because it will, take all that acidic level down and get my digestive tract ready to take whatever nutrients for that day. So that's my first AM routine. And of course, gratitude is a big thing, right? For me, when I wake up, I cannot live without my CBD coffee. I have to share with you guys that too. Those are the two things that I do. And then I go my workout and do my exercise or whatever, because the CBD coffee is amazing.
What is it about the CBD coffee that makes it amazing, Tharifa, from other coffee?
Good questions. Well, for those of you who don't know CBD, of course, we're not doing the show for like specific explanation. CBD stand for cannabis oil. I'm in the company where I represent My Daily Choice with all kinds of CBD products. Among other products is a house of brand that brings all different brands together. CBD coffee, I realized that I used to drink the S coffee. I don't want to name the company, the S coffee. I was like the S, my husband called it the SH. Okay, there's a word for it. I won't say it. But, he says I should own that store by now, because I felt that was the best coffee, until I discovered this. CBD coffee is, first of all, is 100% organic coffee. Has chaga mushroom, and is high in antioxidant. So being 100% coffee, it is pretty amazing. You can, it's a different. So you get the benefits of all the nutrients in the coffee beans. And the chaga mushroom is highly recommended in so many things that they put in the food and whatnot. Chaga mushroom is high in antioxidant, great for the immune system. And it curbs your appetite, which is amazing, right? It's great if you want to work out and, don't want to eat and keep your body trim. So, and plus it keeps you so calm because of the CBD. It gives you that calmness, but you also focus, so you have that balance. And
mind clarity is everything. So for people that do not drink coffee, is there a tea or an alternative to that would contain those ingredients?
It's funny you mentioned that, because my clients that don't drink coffee, they go, no, I don't drink coffee. I say, well, you haven't tried this coffee. Fortunately, they accept my offer. I challenge them. Some of them, of course, tried it, and some didn't try it. But the one that tried it and says, this is pretty good. I might just drink coffee because it tastes different and it has benefits. Because, when you don't, most of the coffee you drink, they're not 100% coffee. So you don't see, you have that digestive thing. You have to go to the bathroom. You don't feel good. You feel bloated. Those are the times that I just, see the difference in this coffee and the coffee that I used to drink. For those who doesn't drink coffee, we haven't got a tea, a CBD tea yet, but in the near future, never say no. I would say stick with what tea that you like most. You know, like for me, cardamom is great to start my day if I'm drinking tea. Put some cardamom and put a little bit of cloves because it has antibacterial, antifungal. It's nice to kind of detox that in a way too. And my favorite tea, and when I go to sleep, which I can share that with you, is cumin.
That sounds
Cumin
interesting.
tea is a natural detoxifier. Okay, if you look at the Eastern, in Mediterranean or Indian or something, they eat a lot of cumin after they eat the food. Have you ever been to the Indian restaurants
Yeah.
where they have cumins and you chew the cumins after you eat? That's because it helps the digestions, right? Think about it. When you go to sleep at night, you already had your dinner, and a lot of things can happen inside in your domain engine. And so what you want to do is, think of all the good things that you have in the kitchen. I'm all about holistic and natural. Look at it. So try cumin. Cumin is great for a lot of things, but what I love cumin, and it helps me sleep beautifully too. Everything seems to be just in balance. Cumin helps detoxify your system. There's so many benefits. You can add ginger and cumin, and then you have another concoction. Then you're getting your circulation going and stuff like that. So there's so many benefits in our Mother Nature. So
What have you been liking about your friends and your fans of what they've been doing? Because you're so inspirational, especially when you go on your hikes. Talk about that.
oh yes, I'm just so grateful that I've seen so many changes and so much growth in the last couple of years for myself. Is that because I have leveled up to my personal development, and I urge anyone listening, anybody, it doesn't matter what age you are at, never stop learning, never stop growing, because growth comes from what you learn. And I'm empowered by the people that has been following me and looking at my story, listening to my story, my lives, and they see somebody that resonate. I've been getting a lot of messages where, oh my gosh, my jaw was broken. Oh, I was beaten, or I was afraid to take that steps. Oh, I was afraid to do a live video on Facebook, and all those things. So I give them a sense of assurance or comfort to say, so you know what, we all, there somewhere, right? That fear, that self-doubt, and to see someone that just give this light and this vibration, and they feel like, wow, now I want some of that, and I want some of that. Right? So that's empowering for me, because that's what I've been getting in my messenger, in my email, through my Facebook connection and social media. Yeah, so, and I share tips and tools, and I am actually working on some clients and coaching wellness, health and wellness and mindset. Even though I've not completed the program on my program that I am doing, but still I have clients right now on my list that is saying, hey, I want to try what you can help me with. So that's empowering and keeps me going further.
You're an
How
inspiration
about
for. Oh, go ahead, Sherry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
no, go ahead, Brian. I like what you were saying.
I said you're an inspiration for a lot of women of that certain age group, but in general, talk about what it's like to
Yeah.
be that icon like that now. How does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh. I'm so okay. Icon. Wow. I don't know if I'm an icon, but I know that for sure that, God give you this beautiful mind, beautiful. I mean, you are just a beautiful being. If you can first thing accept that, right? Number one is to appreciate what you have within you, and the sky's the limit, what you can be, where you can be. I think a lot of times we are just not appreciative enough of what we want. We always want something more than, but we never take a close look as what do we have? Like, gosh, we have everything to start with, start from there. As far as I feel great. I feel on a high vibrations, and I know that sometimes there's always this curveball, challenges. It's just like the weather. It's going to rain sometime. It's going to have some rainbows or, stormy weather, sunshine. This is what we here in this Mother Earth. There's different elements, and our body is made up of 5 elements connected to Mother Earth. So if you just embrace yourself, listen to yourself within, and take the time to be present and enjoy, and you can smell things even if you're not seeing it. So I think that's the power of the universe, and I feel that I'm so blessed to be able to discover those, to able to learn and grow. And this is where I'm at today because of that growth, because of that education, because of the tools I have in my toolbox. And I'm definitely wants to share with those who wants to jump on board.
So Tharifa, as each day occurs, what is it? What is your initial steps in the morning that you do?
So okay, I'm glad you asked that, because I think here is the thing that really you have to remember, right? Which this book is going to help too. If you ever need to pick up this book, this is going to give you a lot of guidelines. Daily habits, right? First thing is daily habits. Think about every day. If you don't, you get up, what do? You brush your teeth, right? So let's say you don't brush your teeth for 1-2 days. What happened? It's going to be not so great, right? Somebody's going to say, oh, what was that breath, right? Or something like that. I'm just using that because every day is a habit. It creates a habit. And habits, just those kind of habits, just automatic because you have developed that habit. Same like a good habit. If you want to get up in the morning and start your day, well, then you have to start doing those things, like put it on your alarm clock. Get up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning, whatever time you prefer. For me, like I'm up at 4 usually. And that daily habit is it creates repetition, right? It creates repetition, and then what you get from that is the new feelings, the new thoughts, and then from that doing a new action daily, what you're going to get new results. If you have done something that you haven't seen results, then step back and start to make a list and start to create that new habit. It could be daunting at first because some of us, okay, let's say if you want to lose weight, you want to just feel better because you've been feeling tired, then you need to make a list. What are the first thing you need to do, right? All right, so now the second thing and the third thing. So all this, you can find ways to get the guidelines, whether it's a mentor, some books, some YouTube, whatnot. So I have a mentor, I have coach still, and I'm coaching people and helping people. So we all need that, right? So creating a new habits daily is a great thing. Start waking up, a bit earlier. You're going to start to feel better as you go along and start
So
to
what
have
is your routine,
my routine.
Tarifa? What is your routine?
So my routine, I get up, it can changes here and there depending on my schedule, but I always get up first thing. I would gratitude, number one thing, because I'm so glad, like I'm alive, I'm reborn, rebirth, gratitude, and then start my got my hot water, lemon going, and then I will sit down for 5 minutes at least, non-negotiable, at least every day, is just to be still, like totally stillness. So I kind of empty my brain, if you, like I was talking about, right? Because things can happen in your brain. So I dump it out and stillness. And then I have my deep breathing. And then if I have the time, I'll do the yoga depending on my schedule. If not, I do outside yoga and my workout. I'll spend half an hour to 40 minutes workout and 15 minutes yoga, or stretching depending on my schedule, definitely. And then I don't eat until like 12, 1 o'clock, because like I said, the coffee really filled me up. Once you get to that routine, you'll be surprised. Um, and then I have, my work, my Zoom, this and that. Then in the afternoon, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I would have some snacks or some meal. I don't really have snacks. I have meals because, I'll load it up. I don't eat small here and there. I kind of load it up and then done. And then that's pretty much done by 7 o'clock. The latest I would eat, but other than that, unless it's social function, that is a different story. But that's my routine. And at night, I definitely drink water too. Not lemon, but I'll just drink room temperature water, like a glass.
For myself, I find it important to not tap into social media,
Oh, yes,
for the first
yes.
couple hours, because for me, it seems I kind of get stuck. Oh no, I gotta answer this. I need to go do this. So for me, it's almost like don't touch the phone, until I get my, exercise in and my, you know what I mean, and then go in, because it can just be endless. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, and especially with what we do, it's a habitual, like it is like instant, right? So what I do, which is a good thing you brought the point up, because I am very acclimated to my rooster outside with my alarm. I used to have my phone for my alarm, like, to wake me up. Now I'm surprised, like, well, I shouldn't be, but I condition my brain, and I condition to the point where I will be up exactly at 4 o'clock. No alarm. Not amazing, but my rooster outside, my neighbors, is always up, and that is a bliss for me. It's like, oh my gosh, nature. So I definitely put my phone now on the other room or my kitchen counter, because I have the habit before, like, oh my God, like, okay, what's new today? Like, what do I have to, yeah. And that becomes very addictive. That becomes very addictive, and it really mess you up big time. Even like 5 minutes a day. Think about what you can do. This is a good one. 5 minutes a day, because you are looking at your phone, scrolling or whatever, for 365 days, for 5 minutes each day. What's the math? I'm not good at math. 5 minutes a day times 365. Think about what new habits you can develop. Think about that. Just
Speaking
5 minutes.
speaking about 5 minutes, we got about 5 minutes left. What is your inspiration for 2021? What are your personal goals? What do you want to see happen?
Well, this is a time where everybody is, like we said earlier, who knows what the world's gonna be like, in the few years, in the coming years. But what I know is that, my gosh, I am alive, I am healthy, I am vivacious, I am unstoppable, I'm empowered, I'm growing. I need to just realize how grateful, what else could I be but me? And one thing I want to do is to help others. That's a huge thing, is to empower others, and to have the community to grow together and to sing together on the same vibration. Because I think it's time that, we are all be awakened to some level. I think this kind of create awareness, which we were lacking in. If that makes sense. We were lacking in. So my mission is to continue in helping others, and where I can contribute, to add values. It's all about community. It's all about, growing. I'm gonna keep growing, because we don't really stop growing until the end of time, until we're not here anymore. So that's huge for me, and I hope to do a podcast. I wanted to it's in the planning, we'll see, but it all takes time. And I'm helping, and I'm doing my program, starting my program now. So it's just going to take time, and I'm hoping that it'll take me to a different level for sure. I mean, I love to speak, and I think I love to inspire, and I believe, we all have a purpose, and I want to continue to do that.
Wow, I
And for
got it.
many of the audience, you can join Tharifa's Facebook page, Tharifa,
Yeah.
but she's got an amazing group page. It's called Be a Better You with Tharifa. And it's excellent. It's got these tips. It's got the diet tips. The last show we had, she talked about a really nice ginger water that she has made, or a cucumber water. So she's got some amazing exercise ideas. She's given me some personal tips. So she's just a wealth of knowledge, a great inspiration. And, the podcast world would be a definite benefit if she has her own show, because we all need, to remain healthy. So God forbid we don't have something, we have a healthy foundation. And then with the mind, my grandma always said, do crosswords because you don't want your brain to turn to mush. Yeah. So crosswords are reading, you just got to keep everything active.
And I just want to add one thing. I think one thing that is so special today in our life right now is people like you, Sherry, Brian, and the social media. As much as a lot of things we can not like it, or we see it in negative, I think we always have to look at the positive things, right, that brings out, because you guys are doing such a great job in bringing people and sharing their stories, because there's always stories is phenomenal, right? Everybody has a story, and everybody can resonate. So, and you bringing out some entertainment, some facts, or people that's gone through difficult times like myself, and a rise above, all that stuff that you're doing, and taking the time and to empower and to bring the community together. That's huge, because we can't really mingle like we used to and stuff. So this is such a blessing, and I think it's just a great stuff that you guys are doing. And thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm just thrilled. I'm just thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Tharifa, give us your social media links real quick.
It is Be a Better You with Be a Better You with Tharifa.
And Sherry, real quick.
Sherry Nelson, Facebook and social media, Instagram, Twitter, XOXO Sherry XO.
And with that, both of you. Oh, go ahead, Tharifa. You were saying something?
Oh, and Instagram, Tharifa, without the H, just a Tharifa, THARIFA.
See, we can't
Tharifa,
forget
where
that.
can we access your coffee, Tharifa?
My what? Sorry.
The coffee that you mentioned.
Oh, thank you for asking. So all of this, just message me. It is on my Healing Element. I have a website there too, on Healing Element, or Be a Better You. I have a website. So I'm a CBD advocate. I take, by the way, you tried my hair shampoo, Brian, you tried my oil. And so this is one of the things that daily I take, which I forgot to mention. So it helps me balance my, put my body in homeostasis. I don't take other vitamins. I just take CBD. There's many forms of ways we can take, but this is like natural right to my body. This changed my life for 2 years.